program talk about computers and technologies with my colleague, with my friend or my guest, Mr. Hisham Al-عنيزي. It's happy to be with you today on Channel 2 KSA Morning.
Yeah, Mate. Good morning, everyone. And as I introduce myself, my name is Hisham Al-عنيزي. My experience in IT since 2002, since I work in IT field and 10 years in Aramco and 1 year in Ma'aden Aluminum and IT field. And I start my IT experience personally with the Injaz project in YouTube, and then I create my own channel on YouTube talking about the computers and digital cameras. And then unfortunately I stopped because short of resources. And hopefully I can return back when I find good resources.
Tell us more about the determination of the Saudi youth now. I think some people say that Saudi youth, are not, determined. They cannot do anything. Just, to sit in his offices and just work like this. And he's not more talk about the Saudis. Tell us more about determination and your struggle. Shifting from a company to another. Wanting to have more, more achievements to have.
Actually, like for big companies, especially for IT field. Usually they are hiring through contractors company, and contractors company there is no future. You don't have like you can't expect where you're going after like 1 year or 5 years. So that is the problem. There is nothing in future you can achieve. So that's why the people young Saudi employee, they are moving from company to company to find the secure and their job, and especially in IT field.
Yes.
And the thing is why we move from company to company, just to find the security in that company, and we can achieve more. But unfortunately big companies like Aramco or SABIC, your chance is very limited to achieve and create a new idea in this.
We are talking about your channel on YouTube. What was the goal of this channel, and what achievements you had from such, thing?
Actually, my channel, it's just like I created. It's very humble, I created very limited resources. I just start from my home, my apartment, and then my brother Ahmed Al-Anezi, he's helped me out because he's expert in photographer. Unlikely, after I finished my second project, I tried to find any other resources, tried to gather a team, but unlikely I didn't find. So I have to stop in the time being until I can find together a new team later on. Yes.
Well, the last 3 days I have read, a newspaper saying that, the eastern region is the most, we have the most users of internet, as Saudi-wide. So please, would you highlight why the eastern region especially, and what are the reasons, and talk more about this, please.
Yeah, that's true. Because we have like very large companies like Aramco and SABIC who brought the internet in early days, and once they brought this internet, they provided to the relative of the employees, and so that's why the internet started in early days in mid of 90s. Start with intranet, and then start with internet, and I think that's the main reason why the internet growth more than any other region in Saudi Arabia and Eastern.
So refer that to those companies, huge companies such as Aramco and SABIC, other companies. Okay, let's talk also now about the use. Some people are misusing internet in another way. Okay, some like that. So please tell us more about this and how to use in a good way.
Unfortunately, any new technology, we abuse it, we misuse it. That's the problem. we always go to the wrong side first, and then we realize, no, we can use it in the good side. Like, for example, the mobile with camera, they abuse it, they misuse it, and then they use it in the good side. But actually, we are not like any other countries. Most of the users, I think they use the internet for entertainment, not for education, for research. And hopefully, I really hope in the future we can use the internet in very, very useful way. Now, the most of the college, they're using internet for education very well. They are really dependent on the internet and the other medias, and there is a lot of YouTube channel for education from Saudis. They're talking about a lot, Yeah, very social. They are very successful. They made a lot of change in the community, and that's the thank of the good use of the internet. And I hope that it will create a good awareness of how to use the internet in the right way in the future.
As a computer, expert and as professional person using internet in the best way, if you talk about the early days, using computers, beginning from the I think 86 something DX or that, okay, remember that, yeah. And then going to the desktops and then laptops and then reaching to tablets and now reaching to the to the minor devices or the mini devices, okay. How do you refer those kind of a big change in our societies and also in services and computer technology?
Yeah, sure. In early days, you can't find computer in any houses. Computer was so expensive, and in the early days there is no graphical user interface. That means like text-based, like you have to type your command, and anyone who works on computer is like an engineer or doctor. It's very difficult. And later on, it's become much easier and much cheaper, and we can jump to these days. Now, 2 years old can use a tablet PC. It's very easy. They become very easy, and comparing with the early days, they become handy every day. Now, every day you'll find even 1 or 2 computers at house and tablets PC. Moreover, now you can find like a smartphone as a mini PC in your pocket. Yes, and you can use it like your personal PC as well. And in the future, you don't have to use your mobile. You can use like a Google Glass. Just put it as a glass, and with a blink of eye, you can capture a photo or videos without just grabbing your phone or with just a blink of eye.
Talking also about the prices. As for me, the first computer I purchased was around like 15,000 riyals, and now you can buy any computer with no more than 1,000 riyals. Yeah. So what do you refer that?
You can buy a computer with even 500 riyal. In fact, there is a fact, every 18 months, the speed of the computers increase to double. Every 18 months, like 1.5 years. And once every 1.5 years, the previous version become cheaper and the newest become higher, and so on. So that's why when you buy a computer, become cheaper. No, maybe this is the oldest version, so the newest version become higher price.
Absolutely. I think Abdulrahman, our guest has.
Like a new technology coming for the processor to give you high performance with cheap hardware.
Yes, Saima, foresee is as a professional or an expert using computers.
Indeed, absolutely.
So if you have any question, Yes.
No, Abdulrahman, I feel that, you know, he has mentioned some great points while he was talking about electronics, and we get to see that everything is available for everybody now. Computers,
Yes.
technology is not only for the people who had lots of money and could afford those things, but they're not luxuries anymore. They're needs and necessities which are for every person in all different kinds of price range. But with this, Abdulrahman, we'd like to thank you so much for joining us in today's edition of the program.
Well, thank you very much, Simon. Inshallah, I hope to join you next week, inshallah.
Certainly. We are looking forward to that. Enjoy the